Right, and 2 matches now. How in your own mind are you getting to grips with the strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah, it's about 15 days and counting. And that's your
final
phone. That's your phone. Yeah, I've learnt loads. There's still loads to learn, I know that, but every training session that's gone by, and the 2 games, I've learned. I was just saying there, I've had some, real highs and real lows already in 2 weeks. So had the highs of seeing us hit the back of the net against Oxford with a great goal, then had the low of them conceding a poor goal, and then obviously the disappointment in the FA Cup. We hold on. It's sort of at loggerheads for 83 minutes and we concede and not enough time to recover. But on a positive note, of course, when I come in, I said to you my biggest worry was the goals against Colin and conceding goals. I think it was 13 in 4 games. I have to be pleased with 2 in 2 against. So that's a big plus for me. We need to continue with that, but also try and get a balance in the team where we've got enough cutting edge to go and score some goals as well.
Has the hurt, if I can call it that, of the Dover result come out this week through everybody?
Well, me personally, I had to handle it quickly. Right, that's what you have to do as an OG. You've got to react. Okay, you've got to dust yourself down and get on with it because you're the leader. And we was in the next day. When we come in after the game, the players, the normal one, the head's looking at the floor, but there's nothing on the floor. I told them straight, nothing on the floor for you. So get your head up and see you tomorrow. And we'll have an open discussion and be honest. They now know where they stand with me in terms of what I expect. Okay, so it's been positive. Today I've got a bit of fire in my belly because that's coming out of me now. Okay, so I've had to be the one lifting the players and all the rest of it. And that's my job. But today now I know exactly what I'm looking for. More importantly, the players do. So I want to get a team on the pitch that the Cheltenham people are proud of. Right, that's what I've always tried to do. When I've had good times, it's been with really good people in the club, and we've got a lot of great people at this club. What I want within the squad is every one of them a good person and caring for the football club.
In terms of the fact the window is closed, is everybody almost on a trial until the 1st of Jan if they want to be in your plans going further forward because the window is shut and you're working with the squad that's already here?
1,000,000%, because you're on trial every day. There's no doubt about it as a player. The old saying, as a team, don't look any further ahead than the next game, and when you win one, you keep them mental, you work harder. Well, as an individual, that's what I always thought about as a player. I know how I had a long career. I know I had it. It's from every day, being ready, being at it. Whether bad times, good times, you're a professional, and I want to put a professional element in the club. I've got high standards. I've just had a meeting with the staff. They realise now, because I've not even had a chance to have a proper meeting with the staff. They know now what I expect. So I expect leaders in the staff. It can't just be me, picking the players up on things. They've got to lead, all of them. And they know that, and they want that, and that's what we need at this club. Cheltenham used to work in a certain way, right? And I've done this, I've said that people have alluded to it being similar to Torquay. It is. And, I've got a clear vision of how I want the club. Of course, yes, we're working with a small squad until January, and even in January it'll have to be the right players coming in. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is get it right here, get the work ethic at the training ground, get the right spirit. I'm trying to build the team spirit. I'm trying to, see which ones are the players that are energisers and the energy sappers, which I've told them, and there'll be no time for the latter, or space at the club for the latter.
How heavily are you leaning on Rob in terms of knowledge of League Two? Having been at Tranmere early part of the season, he will have seen more teams, I would think, than you would have done.
Yeah, definitely. I'm leaning on Rob in a lot of ways, just like with Steve and the staff. And I said I'm very happy with the staff. But they know now everyone's got to add value. And for me, success comes from what you do week to week on the training field and the mentality of the players, and that there's no outs for the players. Players can be great one for like trying to find a weakness in the club and whether it's a treatment room or with the reserves or whatever. It can't happen here. It has to be a professional environment. Okay, high standards, good habits on the training field, and then you take that into the games. So it's about this. Of course, the weekend is important. Tactically, we'll be ready. We knew what was coming against Oxford. We knew what was coming against Dover. And, you know, we'll always be okay where that's concerned. If there's enough knowledge with Steve, with Rob, myself, to do that. What we've got to do is get the players right. You know, I said against Oxford, 3 were cramp. That can't happen. You know, the gimmies are fit mentally, ready, okay, because there's enough things going to go against you in games, okay, but we've got to have a togetherness, and that comes from the training ground.
What's your take on Asa Hall's fitness at the moment?
I've never seen Asa Hall. I mean, Achilles injuries are horrible, they're not nice. But even Asa knows where I'm coming from, because every day I say to him, training today, Asa? Soon. But he's injured, all right, and I don't want to be too harsh on injuries. But, you know, I'm trying to get to a stage at the club where injuries are concerned, and Wezzo knows. If it's like that, right, between am I fit, aren't I fit, I want him to walk onto the training field, not to the treatment room. I'm not saying that with Asa, it's a mentality that I want to create at the club. So we're desperate to have Asa back, you know, and if you've got 2 or 3 or 4 in the treatment room, it's money. It's costing the club money, you know. And your whole preparation is built around keeping the players fit. All right. So if the players are physically fit, they're going to be less susceptible to injury in terms of muscle injuries and stuff. Of course, they're going to get impact injuries, you know, because it's a physical game, a contact sport. But their physical shape is important. Okay, we've got a fitness coach here, leaning heavily on him, and then our training sessions are geared into the weekends, but also they're at match tempo, which at times the players have found quite hard. All right, we did a running session on Tuesday, and you know, because I'm having to gauge where they are mentally, physically, tactically, technically, the whole thing. I'm having to gauge, you know, as quick as I can to give us a chance of picking points up, and there's no doubt about it that we've got to up the ante.
What's Rob said to you about Mansfield? What have you gleaned about Mansfield ahead of Saturday?
Well, Mansfield had a good result at Cambridge, all right, and so we've got our reports. I've got my ways of working with teams, and you know that is important as you go nearer to Friday. But I'm a great believer in getting ourselves right. Okay, it's about what we do at Cheltenham. It's about how we set up, about how we can cause problems. Okay, for other teams, and we didn't cause enough problems for Dover. We didn't get at them enough, and like I say, I've got to get that balance between us, you know, not leaking goals like we were, and also having enough going the other way.